Alright boys, daily market outlook. Today is a Tuesday and let's just dive straight into price. So starting off with the DXY on the daily time frame, the first thing we can notice is price has now mitigated this daily fair value gap. So potentially we might see a bit of a pullback. However, the last previous days have been really bullish. So we could also just see a continuation of the expansion higher. This is something I've marked out last Friday, I believe, last Thursday. Or maybe even when price was down here. Essentially what I was waiting for is for price to start printing bullish, we get an inside candle, and then it tells me that the next day we're probably going to see some more bullishness, likely. So let's jump down to the 4-hour time frame now. On the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is obviously we are definitely bullish. These are some targets that I've placed here a long time ago, which are still valid now and that have been swept. And essentially, if we look at recent price action, what has happened is we've just been trading bullish, right? We've been in a bullish order flow all along. So I'm just going to continue to look for longs until we get some higher time frame confirmation that shorts and a pullback is potentially valid. Now, if we drop down to the daily time frame, this might already be some form of confirmation, right? Because we have this 1 hour order block and this fair value gap that was printed just right here, and price has tapped into it. And then now it looks like we are sort of reversing. We want to see more of a reversal before having confidence. In taking a short. But internally in this move, we have supply has been currently in control. So if you look at this right here, so you go 15-minute, and then you just continue the supply zones. And this is the next supply zone, the zone that mitigated it. We mitigated here. And you can see that supply has just been in control as of right now. So this target does seem like a potential draw on liquidity for price currently. But yeah, let's go to the pound right now. So the DXY, we've had a market structure shift. It has not been very strong at all, right? Why? Because we did not get a body candle closure just yet. We did get an insider candle. So we haven't traded below this low yet. So we have two previous day lows right here, and these are potential targets for price coming into today's session. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is we have swept some liquidity coming up into this 4-hour breaker once again. And then now we have this 4-hour next supply zone, which we could look to target before taking shorts, right? So potentially some longs into here, and then we take some shorts into these equal lows down here, right? Let's jump down to the 15-minute time frame. On the 15-minute time frame, very simple. This is the trade that I took yesterday. I banked at a 3.1%. I'll go over it this week. But this is a very clean trade. Essentially what we had is demand was in control after a mitigation of a 4-hour PD array, as I've marked that here. Demand was in control. We started breaking above highs. We got a 15-minute, a 4-hour and a 15-minute SMT. We got our CISD right here. And so I entered just before London session, actually 1 hour before London session, and I ended up closing most of my position around here. This was my take profit one. And yeah, we made about 3.1%. As of right now, still looking for bullishness. We've sort of created these equal highs right here. Now we've displaced higher, and potentially we could see the next impulse move up in this range after this market structure shift and mitigation of this demand zone, just down here. So as you can see, I'm just following the demand zone all the way into my trading sessions. So if demand's in control, I know there's a very loud plane right now, can't do anything about that, but if demand is in control, I'm looking to take longs and just follow the demand. Let's now go to Euro USD. So Euro USD 4-hour time frame, we have again mitigated this 4-hour demand zone, and now we had a 4-hour lower low, and we could potentially see a longing opportunity into this 4-hour order block right here. This is a trade scenario. Let's drop down to the lower time frames. On the 15-minute time frame, what I've marked out for you guys is the sweep of this low right here. So you can see prices swept this low. And now we've started respecting bullish order flow. We did not manage to close above this high. So we swept this high, which isn't a great confluence. But this could still be a trade for you guys. I'm not going to explain if I'm in it yet or not. I'm just explaining how you can follow demand and actually make profits. So this is what I did yesterday, right? I just followed demand and we made some profits. So yeah, this is basically what I'm expecting for this session. Short-term higher prices, we're obviously overall still bearish. But let's wait to see what price wants to do, right? Potentially we're going to get a push higher, or we might get a push lower. I'm personally expecting a short-term push higher because we've had a sweep of this low. If we go to 1045, we have what we call a volume SMT. So you go to the 1045 low right here, 1045 low, and then you go to the 830 low. Found the 830 low right here, and you can see that the bodies have closed below this 830 low here, whereas on Euro USD we have not closed below this 830 low. So we are still below. We basically created SMT at this 830 low. What I don't like currently is this 1 hour candle, how it printed. So it looks like potentially a massive sweep candle, but overall this 1 hour fair value gap is still holding, right? So this one FVG right here is still holding. We have a sweep. So I'm still biased to go for long as of right now. That's it for today's video. Tomorrow we have pound CPI, I believe. So just be careful trading tomorrow if you're trading the pound. And as you guys know, I really love No News Tuesdays. So this could be a high probability trading day. That's it, and see you guys in the next one.